Working lap 64 of the NASCAR Nationwide Series at Nashville, presented by Pennzoil. And our leaders should be on pit road momentarily. Already had a couple come in. The 27 car of Jason Keller had a flat right front tire. He pitted on lap 61. Brad Coleman has been on and off pit road. There's Bobby Hamilton Jr. in the 81 car coming in for 4 tires. Of course, Bobby lives in nearby Mount Juliet, Tennessee, one of the local favorites here. As he leaves, we'll mention that Scott Wimmer has been on and off pit road in the 40 car, and we're still waiting for Kyle Busch and Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski, the front 5, to be able to come on the pit road. And Andy, it shouldn't be long.
No, it should be the next 3 or 4 laps. You'll see all of the leaders come in. I think when they saw that tire going down on Jason Keller's car, like I said, it makes people a little bit nervous. If they feel something funny, they're probably going to come on in. You see the 99 car now on pit road, Trevor Bayne.
99 right side of your screen, that is Trevor Bayne. And he's coming down 45 miles an hour headed toward you, Jamie.
And first pit stop with this team, Trevor Bayne started second. Remember, the car started coming to him as the track went down, the cooled down. He's going to take 4 tires and fuel for the 99. Doc?
Making only his 2nd career start in the series, and been very impressive here. Even more impressive when he held on to a loose race car in lap 1 and kept it out of the wall. Here comes a 29 down pit road. That would be Stephen Light. Shannon.
Mike Dillon calling Stephen Light into his pit box, letting him know when to stop. This car needs a lot of work. Stephen Light is not happy with it. You saw that wrench in the back window. That is a chassis adjustment. 4 tires, he said it is very tight. He's been battling that condition since the green flag.
And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 16, remember, had some big shoes to fill, but he was ready for it tonight. Been struggling with this race car throughout the night. He slipped back quite a few positions, started 19th. We have a spin, Doc.
Sean Case has spun trying to get on the pit road, and he will get the car turned around. We will stay green because it's on pit road as the leader now is in, Kyle Busch, to get his 4 tires.
You see Kyle Busch getting 4 tires, and he almost did the same thing. He got loose there, Dave.
Yep, they're going to help the exit of the corner with a wedge adjustment. They also made an air pressure adjustment for Kyle as well, and he's off pit road.
Dave, Carl Edwards in that 60 car says the car is perfect in 1 and 2. He says it's just a little bit tight in 3 and 4. He told his crew chief Dan Stillman, do not affect the balance. Air pressure and 4 tires for Carl Edwards.
Edwards leaving, Michael McDowell coming in, as is the 33 car of Cale Gale. These are cycles of leaders' pit stops. Here is McDowell. Dave.
Here's the race car that has been tight, tight, tight. The orange car gets a wedge adjustment in the rear window, or maybe a track bar, guys. Looks like it goes down there in the back, so they will try to raise that track bar and make that a little bit better. Air pressure adjustment as well for McDowell. Remember, very good here in the spring. Very good car here again tonight for the 47 team.
33 comes out behind him. By the way, a penalty too fast on exit for the 11 car, Scott Lagasse. That will be a pass-through penalty and a costly one for the driver who was running in the top 5. Here's Stephen Wallace in. Dave.
Stephen Wallace doesn't want any adjustments to this race car. It's been running pretty well for him. He's moved his way steadily into the top 10. They will change 4 tires, take on a full load of Sunoco fuel, and make their way back up. But it's nice when you can say no adjustments, and he leaves. Shannon.
Dave, Mike Bliss was so happy with his car in qualifying, that 1 car you see right there on your screen. He said, boys, I'm ready to go win another one. Right now the car is a little bit tight. They are going to make an air pressure adjustment, and Mike Bliss is out of his pit box.
Tremendous amount of confidence from Mike Bliss and the entire James Finch team, given what's happened to them the last few weeks. Not only the win, but how well they have run with this 1 car, as well as their Cup entry, picking up that big win at Talladega with Brad Keselowski driving the Cup car. Brad Keselowski in the 88 car, and he is our leader. He should be coming on the pit road here this time by.
He's the last car that of the leaders that did not pit at lap 25. And these other cars like Jason Leffler, he's going to have 25 extra laps that he can run before he has to make a stop. So these cars are going to be kind of vulnerable to that because they didn't make their pit stop under caution.
You got that right. That would make me really nervous if I knew that I'm out there and I got to pit and I'm a lap down now. And guys that pitted earlier into that caution are looking pretty good right now. If the caution comes out, they'll get them all a lap down. Dave?
Brad said he needs to start out his runs a little bit looser, so they will take air out of the left rear tire, and they will take on 4 tires. They'll also fill it full of Sunoco fuel. They'll hold the mayo until they get that full, and then they'll set Brad Keselowski back off pit road. It looks like a good stop, and he's gone.
Last week's winner at Dover and last year's winner right here in Nashville, Tennessee, pulling back on the racetrack after going 72 laps on a tank of fuel. Well, with that cycle of pit stops, the guys that came in on lap 25 are up toward the front. Kenny Wallace was the leader. He has now come on the pit right now. Jason Leffler has gone by him as the leader. There is Jason. Talked about he is our in-race reporter tonight. Got his very first win at this racetrack back in 2004. And we're talking about the 2-car and the issues he had. Sean Case making only his second ever start in the series. Here's the problem trying to get into pits.
Yeah, it's just tough to get it as much as you can and try to get down and gain time. And coming off that racetrack too fast and not having the experience to know how to handle that.
See Justin over there. He thought the caution might come out and started to come down pit road and realized when he didn't, he pulled back up on the racetrack.
That cost him a ton of time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's probably the right move, thinking a caution would come out. In fact, when we saw it, I thought it was going to come out, but the 2-car Sean Case got that thing refired, and because of that, 12-car lost a ton of time.
Now, the top 8 cars on the racetrack right now pitted at lap 25, so they've got about 25 laps extra they can run on these guys that made their pit stops under green.
So with that cycle, we'd expect these guys will be on the racetrack, and then we're going to keep an eye because Kyle Busch is going to be motoring through these guys to try to run down Jason Leffler and company. It is Leffler, Kenny Wallace, Brendan Gaughan, Eric Darnell, and the 70 car of Shelby Howard.
NASCAR Nationwide Series at Nashville Superspeedway. Brought to you by Nationwide Insurance, official auto insurance partner of NASCAR. Toyo Tires. Toyo Tires is driven to perform. And Toyota, moving forward.
While we continue under green here in Nashville, a reminder that Game 2 of the NBA Finals is tomorrow night on ABC. 25-point win for the Lakers in Game 1 Thursday night. Dwight Howard and the Magic got to try and regroup. But how about Kobe in that game?
Kobe dropped 40 on him.
Personal best in finals play. The NBA Finals on ABC tomorrow at 8 Eastern. Coverage starting at 7:30 Eastern with GMC NBA Countdown. ESPN.com has more information. Interesting little situation here in Nashville right now. Different pit stop schedules ongoing. Jason Leffler is your race leader. Kyle Busch led the first 67 laps. Leffler and a bunch of guys pitted at lap 25. The leaders made green flag pit stops between laps 63 and 73. So what it's left us with is 9 cars on the lead lap, and that car, the 88 Brad Keselowski, in a very perilous position. He was the first car a lap down. He's not anymore. He's got to chase somebody down and try and continue to put himself in that first car a lap down position were the caution to come out before these other guys have to stop.
This is totally messed up, my chart I've got over here. I'm all screwed up. But yeah, he's got a good opportunity. But as the race goes on, as laps wear on, he's going to get run down. He's going to be caught.
May also have a chance to try and catch Jason Leffler and unlap himself the natural way, if you will, without the help of the free pass. We will see. And again, all that just if the caution were to come out. Now, Brad's brother Brian in the race. You see the logo on his car, that of the Detroit Red Wings. The Keselowskis from Michigan, and obviously big Red Wings fans. Well, Brian's had that logo on his car for nothing, basically, just to support his team playing in the Stanley Cup Finals. Well, that was taken note of, and Brian was the guest of the Detroit Red Wings up at Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals in Motor City last weekend, a game which, by the way, Red Wings won, and got introduced, had video of his car shown on the Jumbotron. Big deal.
Cool. Good stuff, man.
And
Good stuff.
Being a hockey guy, I was hesitant to tell that story because my Bruins are not in the playoffs anymore. Yeah. So, Doc, that's pretty cool, huh? When your favorite sports team, you do something just to support them, and they say, hey, come on out.
Yep. Yeah, he got a nice ovation at Joe Louis Arena last Sunday night when he was there, and everyone they showed his car on the Jumbotron and said, wow, how about a great Red Wings fan and racing here on ESPN and ABC each week in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Good for Brian Keselowski.